What's up, guys? Today I will be talking about a technology that EA is currently working on that could be the solution to all of the problems I talk about in Madden NFL football. I am SimFBallCritic, and thank you for taking the time to spend a little time with me. Okay, guys, before we get started, let me remind you, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, cut on your notifications, and hit that like button. And I want to give a huge shout out to Sports Gamers Online. They put up a recent article in regards to this topic, and I thought I would go ahead and do a video, form of basically what they were saying. But I want to give all credit to Sports Gamers Online for reminding me of this, as well as I have a link in the description to their article. I also have a link in the description in regards to the video itself that shows off this technology. And this was something that, came out back in June, if I remember correctly, back in 2020. So definitely take a look at that so you can kind of understand, what Sports Gamers Online is referring to and what I will be referring to here in this video. Looking at this clip here, guys, this is just a simple clip from Madden NFL 21. PS5 version, which we all know, which, some of us know, some may not agree, but the PS5 or just next-gen console version of the game in general moves better. As you can see, looking at James Conner there, the player movement is probably the best part of next-gen. I do think there's, enhancements and improvements in tackling, but still not quite where we all want the game to be, and that's primarily because of something you hear me talk about all the time: player interactions. We always talk about player interactions and two-man animations and how it's, those animations script the game for the most part. We also talk about how physics and things like physical stature is not always taken into account. And I want you to think about those things, primarily the two-man animations, as you watch each and every piece of this video. And then the way the video is going to end is due to a two-man scripted outcome, right? And the reason why I say that is because we all know there's the dice roll situation. The two-man animation will kick in to determine how the play finishes. And what they're referring to with this new engine, again, giving credit to Sports Gamers Online, they're calling it basically, let me get back to the article here and I'll tell you right now, their article will say diving into the new prototype, EA prototype engine. But what they're basically calling it here is a neural network locomotion engine, right? And what it's designed to basically do, it is designed to capture realistic outcomes and animations on the fly, like AI-driven locomotion and player motion, to where it basically would get to a point to where you're not gonna really have these situations of, these scripted outcomes, so to speak. Player interactions and movements and how they basically coincide with each other will be more natural and more on the fly. Think about that as you take a look at this clip. Now you see some decent things happening here. You see some relatively decent things as far as player movement, some of the interactions, but even like right there, you look at Chase Claypool here, these type of interactions are still, as if players have no idea who else is around them. There's no real awareness of their surroundings. And I know some people may feel like these are minute things, but it adds that level of immersion and takes it to the next level when everything on the field is being accounted for. From an AI perspective, a player movement perspective, interaction perspective, that just takes a sports title to the next level. And again, after watching this video, go take a look at the demo of this technology. I have the video again, a link to it is down in the description, so you can kind of see what I'm referring to. But this is what I'm always talking about. Like, this situation right here shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. But they allow this to play out because there's the two-man scripted animation right there that kicks in to force this to be a PBU. So imagine having something like this, and I'll continue to replay that just so you can kind of understand where I'm coming from. It's not the point that he doesn't make the catch. That's not the point. The point is you can clearly see that the receiver has steps on the defender, But because the ball is thrown, now the AI recognizes, okay, this is gonna be a two-man animation to make it look good, moves the defender in place, and that PBU is basically scripted. You can put your controller down at that point. So I think with implementing this technology that they're working on, we might actually get a football game or sports game in general from EA with the type of depth that we are referring to. Most of us are always talking about replicating real world situations. I'm telling you right now, if they're able to deliver that in any of their products, even if NBA Live comes back, because basketball, of course, is what you're gonna see in the demo. But this is what I'm talking about, and it lets me know that I'm not crazy. This is the stuff that I'm always talking about when I'm pounding the table and constantly making these videos, and I'm saying, man, we gotta figure out what we can do with these two-man animations in these sports games. This is it. So it's no longer a, can it be done? Oh no, the technology is being worked on as we speak. As we speak. If I have the names correct here, and you'll see it in the video, in the other video that I'm referring you to, I believe it's the University of Edinburgh, I think, and EA are doing this research as a partnership. This is what I'm talking about. I expect to see something like this now on these new generations of consoles, because we already know with the next gen right now, the RFID technology, again, in my opinion, I think player movement is a drastic improvement on these consoles. Now I'm looking forward to seeing where that can go. And if this technology is something that's being worked on, sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. So just wanted to make that video again. I want to give all shout outs, man, to Sports Gamers Online. Go check out their article. Link is in the description. Also, go watch the actual demo of this technology in real time. A link to that is in the description as well. All right, so that's all I got. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, cut on your notifications, hit that like button. Catch you in the next one. Peace.